Hello and welcome again to the Friday Wrap for May 22nd. You're probably wondering why I'm standing in what looks like a brand new restaurant, Italian type restaurant. Well, that's a new one in the village that I'll tell you all about in just a moment. It was a very, very busy week all in and around the village, starting out with a special CD release party I went to for Andrew Salgado. He actually is from Darien. He held a special event there, but you might recognize his name from our summer concerts. He'll be playing on August 7th. He even came and did a private little tour, a private little concert for us, a performance at the County Wine Merchant on Saturday night. So he's becoming a real fixture around the village, but nationally known. This week it was very, very busy. Like as I mentioned, I started out this week on Monday at the College of DuPage. I went to see their brand new shooting range and training center for police departments. They're building a $50 million facility. You can tell by the pictures and the link that you see in the text. That's an incredible facility. I got a complete tour by the Director of Homeland Security, the Education Center there, who also gave us some great tips to prevent burglaries and increase village safety. That was very, very helpful. The next day, or that night when I was over the Burridge Police Department, where Chasemore, the board over there, was meeting with the police department about adding cameras throughout Chasemore, probably a total of 8 of them. They're coming close to a decision on that. And also to discuss, there was a special meeting organized by one of the residents on Clindervan to get the latest on that home invasion that occurred a couple weeks ago. We had about 65 to 70 people that showed up to that at the police department, and it was summarized by one of the attendees and one of the residents of that area. The police chief gave a number of great security tips. He said that Burridge's affluence makes it kind of a bit of a target, but the chief's aim is to have zero crime if that's ever at all possible. Burridge Police has duty all hours of the day to respond quickly. They have the most number of officers on the midnight shift. That was interesting. They also have a special officer. I believe it's Bob Worth, who's going to be the new community police officer replacing Angie shortly. He's going to be in and around the village quite a bit, working with the residents. I will publish a number of these great suggestions that they made to increase our village safety, either on this Friday Wrap or a future one. Also, this week I met with the Executive Vice President of ComEd, along with Steve Stricker, to find out additional ways to increase or decrease the number of power outages that we have around the village. They were extremely helpful. I met with Tom Donnelly as well as Terry Simmons, our rep. They were extremely helpful over at the village hall in working with the village to increase the improvement of ComEd service. Also this week I was at the Club of Indian Women at a special lunch over there. That was an incredible organization that was kind of a literary gathering, but some of the most influential Indian women throughout the community, throughout the neighboring areas. I was actually called the chief guest speaker there, but very fascinating stories, and amazing how we all have really the same concerns and the same dreams and aspirations. In addition, this week we're actually Fox 32 News is coming to Burridge on Friday morning. I'm actually filming this on Thursday evening due to scheduling difficulties, but I'll give you a special link to that as well. Make sure you have a chance to check out that. It's called Hometown Friday. They'll be featuring different areas of the village about what makes it so special. Now, about where I'm at. You might recognize it by now. It's called Sticks and Stones. This is the new restaurant in the village center. It'll be opening up in coming weeks. And I'm very excited to have Jeremy, one of the owners. Jeremy, thanks.
How are you?
Great to see you again.
Good to see you. Thank you.
Hey, I'd like to hopefully you have a minute here just to explain a little bit about the restaurant and what makes it so special.
Absolutely. Just a minute, or do I have 10 to 15 minutes?
You got a minute.
All right. Very good. Well, I'd love to walk with you guys and show you the oven, because I think that's kind of the hub and the engine of this concept. So let's take a walk.
Okay.
So as we're walking, let me tell you a little bit about the concept.
Okay.
This is something that my partners and I are super passionate about. We have another restaurant up in South Barrington, which is a brewery, pizza, and burger concept. And we got really, really geeked up in the last couple of years about pizzas. So we've literally taken it to a new level where we've gotten super serious and super picky about everything that we do related to pizza. San Marzano tomatoes, only the best, sweetness. We've got a great Tipo 00 dough that we use to make every day, which is our Scratch Kitchen dough, as well as a fresh mozzarella that we make right here in-house. So obviously we start with the basics, which is what a pizza is all about. And that's something we take very much pride in terms of getting it out and getting it fresh and making sure that we start with that and then putting ingredients on.
How many chairs do you have here?
There's 70 seats in this concept, and we call it a fast casual model. And the fast casual model is simply walking up to the register, placing your order. We've got great craft beer and wine, having
Wonderful,
a seat,
wonderful.
and we have a GPS system that actually will take you, we'll run your food out to you at the particular seat that you're at.
You know, that was the #1 request from residents I heard during campaigning, and even since then. They wanted a family-friendly restaurant in the village, and we're so glad that you chose here. Tell us about the oven. You got about 30
Absolutely.
seconds left.
All right, very good. So as we're walking through, you'll see here, this is our red oven. It's actually brought in from Naples, Italy. It's 100% wood all the time, every time. It's not gas fired. It's strictly oak. The oak is minimally aged for 1 year, preferably 1 to 2 years. This is all red tile that we also had imported to kind of give it that luster and that flavor. But really, this is our only cooking vessel. Everything comes out of here, from our pizzas to our lasagnas to our meatballs to a few of our sandwiches that'll be finished here in the oven. Gets up to about 800 to 900 degrees, and it's perfect for cooking pizzas in about 60 to 90 seconds at the most.
Wow. Jeremy, thanks again for joining me.
Thank you. Appreciate it. We're looking
Appreciate
forward
it.
to being here.
Thanks
Thanks so
very
much
much.
for everyone's support.
Thanks again for joining me for the Friday wrap. Hopefully you'll get a chance to attend the village board meeting next week, and that of course is on Tuesday. And may you have a wonderful Memorial Day weekend. I hope you have a chance to honor our troops with your family this weekend, and perhaps at a parade. And again, God bless you. God bless America. Thanks again for joining me.